Hello.
Hello. All right. We're back. I turn the music down there. All right. Hey. What's that? It's muted. Oh.
Hey. Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. We're here in game number 3.
We're back.
With Ophelia now being first picked for a reason. We know Tankafed plays it, so they're trying to keep that away from Ice and Gogo. And Warbeast was not actually banned. That's the first.
Yeah. Druids picks it up as well. So Reason not only didn't ban it, but they give it up to Warbeast, or to Druids. Huh. What did they ban? They banned Flux and Moira. So they're more worried about the Moira than they are about the Warbeast here. And I don't know about that. That's dangerous.
Yeah, and we know that Zibit plays it super duper well.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just one of the players renowned for just being able to play that hero suicide almost to perfection. So then on top of that, they have the Midas again. What's their win percentage with it, Quincy?
High.
Like I think it's 82% now with that win in the last game.
It's up there at 80+% or so, yeah. With that victory even. So, but the other thing here too is that Reason Gaming again. That means the fact that they even picked up Ophelia first. I mean, obviously Ophelia, great hero and Tankafed will play well, I'm sure. But Zane is also a great Warbeast player. Speaking of good Warbeast players, and he's not playing it here because they passed it up. So. Yeah, obviously Reason has their, reasons for this, I'm sure, and why they chose to pretty much
Damn it,
give up
Breaky.
Warbeast.
Why do you have to do that?
Sometimes, see, with this team, it just sometimes happens, but other times it's just so set up. It's just so perfect.
Same thing with Team Who, who are these guys?
Exactly.
Like, no, but it's really weird that they just give away the Warbeast. I mean, sure, they're afraid of Ice and Gogo, but Warbeast is just such an insane hero at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So Warbeast, Midas, and the Glacius is how that'll finish again. Ophelia, Rhapsody, and Doctor is what Reason's going with here. So choosing to go the Doctor carry as well.
Have we seen that often from Imboboy? I do not think so.
Yeah,
although
again,
he does favor ranged carries, it's...
Yeah, but again, this is another... I agree with you. It's like even the Hag last game. Now, Quincy was pointing out, I guess he has played it a decent amount, but still, it just doesn't seem like more of Imboboy's style than... anything, but yeah, we're gonna see it here. Pebbles picked up as well,
so they're trying to make a point of it to really win this in the mid game. But knowing these teams, they might just sit around for another 20 minutes and just farm, which did work out for Druids, and I did not think that it would, because 3 sheep sticks is a lot to go.
Yeah, it's not that I didn't think it would. It's just more of it felt like their chances just were better earlier on. But it's still obviously, again, having Malakin crit for 1,400 damage late game is always it's a good thing. I mean, if he's able to attack like that, so.
And I mean, they had one item that actually built armor for them, and that was the Soul's Bulwark. Like, why didn't Hag go for a Frostfield plate? Because, I mean, Resto Stone, did it do much?
I don't even know if it did. I think you're right, yeah. The last fight, she literally casted nothing, so...
So there's my point. Like, just go for things that counter Malakin. And sure, Sheepstick is great, and so is Hellflower.
Yeah.
But why go for a Resto Stone when you could just be a stronger fighter as a hero, if you were to go for that? Because, I mean, there's the fact that, Cleave does 100% damage when you're not actually attacking the target. But if you just separate well, that's not going to be the case. Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
Not gonna be an Imboboy Doctor. Well, actually, still may be. So are they gonna run a Suicide Salamon?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, yeah, Sync's definitely known for doing that.
710 GPM. This is just going to be one of those games where we're just going to be looking at the GPM charts and be like, this is very skewed.
Yep, it's Salamon. Yeah, even in Suicide, he has potential to obviously get very high. Now, again, this is an interesting hero because he went through a phase. It was right before the World Finals, especially, and even a little bit after that, we were seeing this hero. Nullstone and Sync, of course, are the two teams. Now, Complexity rather than Nullstone. But then he kind of just died. I mean, we really haven't seen a whole lot of him for a while here. It's only 10 games in total. And those were really Hell, there's like 4 games in the one series even. Wow.
What?
And then Vindicator happens in response. So what a funky finish here to the
I
draft.
hope he remembers to use a certain
God.
skill.
Oh, that's so true. Let's hope Probusk is aware that Glyph of Silence is now not a passive. Well, it still kind of is, but you have to also activate it.
I'm almost going to assume that Imbaboy is going to want a Nullstone this game versus the Global Silence.
Imbaboy is playing the... Okay, the Doctor. Okay.
Yeah. Solomon cares, but I'm not sure he cares that much.
Yeah.
But I'm really confused. Suddenly the draft is completely different. And they are going to be doing a Woods Warbeast, which I haven't seen Iceland do.
Oh, true. Wow.
Quincy, have we seen a Woods Warbeast?
I guess the draft, I mean, that's kind of... They were forced to. So, I mean, that really means that Vindicator was like... They really... Well, I mean, I guess if they went... Oh, because I'm trying to think of their draft here.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's just kind of weird how it finished off there.
I mean... Yeah, no, but I mean on Iceland Go-Go in specific. Because, I mean, we know that What You Got plays a really, really good Warbeast Woods, but he's just one of... He's almost the only one.
Yeah, like one of not many. I think
yeah,
Slap
one of
just
not
maybe
many.
done it maybe a couple times, but yeah, it's definitely not a very often thing, and he's obviously the player that comes to mind. But there you go. So he's done it once, but you know, in a losing effort there. Yeah, no, it's definitely different. It is. So we'll see. And he also got some nerfs too. His battle cry.
Costs mana now, so
Yeah.
I guess that's a reason to play some more in the Woods where people do use it more to get assists, or just forgo leveling it altogether to get Primal Rage.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious actually. Is he actually going to go Primal Rage here instead?
I don't think he should. He should get at least one in Battle Cry. It's just such a strong skill to get more GPM.
Yeah.
Even if it isn't, I mean, it helps your team a bit. I mean, level 1 is 11 more bonus damage. But yeah.
But farm faster with Primal Rage.
Oh, man. I mean, it doesn't really make that big of a difference, I think.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you are getting yourself 11 damage at level 1 and even more, so...
I mean, base damage for Warbeast right now, that's completely based on his strength. I guess the attack speed does do a bit, but 22 strength. So he'd literally be getting, like, what, 2.1 strength out of it? Yeah.
Huh.
2.1 damage out of it.
Yeah. I'm very interested by this Ward of Sight here placed by Serenia. It's right next to the Kongor pit. Almost. Well, what do you think?
Scouts rotations, but
okay.
There's not going to be many rotations of a. I guess no, it's the spot Ophelia creeps maybe, but does it even see it? I remember maybe that it blocks out that vision. If you look now at the ward, it blocks out the vision to the ramp, and so there's a chance that Ophelius is going to walk a creep up there and gank middle. And I think that's what they're afraid of.
She will be seen, obviously, heading over here in the first place. So, middle lane, they are going to go, actually. I feel like going straight in. Glacius. Couple more auto attacks. One more. No, it's not going to be enough. The health potion survives in the end. You saw Prisoner hooking Ophelia going for a counter kill, but does not happen either. So,
and he does go the W on
Warbeast.
Yeah. And I got to say, he was lucky with this first hard camp. If it's a Vulture Lord or a Skeleton King, then you can easily kill it, but all other camps are very difficult to kill as level 1 Warbeast.
Yeah.
And that immediately boosts your farm more than other camps would, I'd say. Well, far more than other camps would. The AoEs are just really annoying. And look at where Masera is going.
Yeah.
That Ward of Sight placed right. Oh, man.
Huh.
He's not even killing it outside, though. Which
is
interesting.
Curious. Yeah, that's so he's kind of blocking his own camp, really. So it's not even accomplishing a whole lot in the end. But at least, obviously, your future like 3-minute spawn and so on will be good.
Yeah.
But
And haste picked up on Rhapsody. Is this going to be a kill? I think this might be a kill.
Yeah, that was the perfect rune. If it was
That was
anything
the
else,
only rune.
yeah, if there's anything else, maybe not. No, he's not going to chase, though. He knows support's coming over.
Even if Prisoner had hooked him, he has a haste rune.
True.
What does it matter? Like, just
He would have
just
distracted
kill
them, if anything. Yeah, made them use abilities and ultimately survived in the end, you would think. So, yeah, Macera choosing not to man up. Though, again, worth noting, Macera is playing an unusual role for him. Yet, last game he actually was playing the Cthulhu font, where Tankafed took over as Pyromancer. But this time, Tanka's on Ophelia. Again, we know Tanka's a great Ophelia player, so that's not surprising. But that means Macera, back on that main support role. And, again, maybe just not feeling as comfortable as he usually is because of it. So,
I think Bottle was... Oh, no. What? What's happening to Zibe? Is he losing bottom that hard?
He is 6-1 versus a 14-4 Doctor. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and it's been a 1v1. Like, he pulled the first creep wave, so he did get those last hits, but he was truly expecting to just be against more.
Yeah.
He was fully expecting to be against dual lane, but I don't know. This is not working out for him. And I honestly feel that Midas should definitely win this lane.
Huh. Especially with Battlecry, obviously, you got to keep that in mind, too. He's benefiting from that, which is now level 2 even. So middle lane, by the way, Rhapsody did get pulled in. Shackles applied. Staccato south to Glacius, though. Glacius goes down first. Rhapsody falls. But the Bloodlust kill in favor of the Legion side, and Tankaf had a big reason for that. In fact, he got the Bloodlust kill.
Bottom lane.
Coming in with the flank bottom lane. This is big. If Zibe gets this, he's going for the counter. It's not going to happen, though. Zibe will get the kill, and Health Potion will heal him right back up. So Immo Boy decided he could only stand his ground, and it did not work out.
And I did say he should win this lane, and he just goes to show, like, even though I don't have a lot of GPM, I still have a lot of burst.
Yeah. Maybe it's the more so that level 4. Yeah, the level 4 is what obviously really does it. I mean, gets that transmute, and all of a sudden, he's a much scarier threat here.
I gotta say, though, Iceland is really not farming fast on the war beast at the moment. And Solomon is gonna go down.
Ooh. Salamon picked off, playing this. Yeah, we haven't even looked at the top lane yet until right there. But Zane playing the Salamon goes down. And, so this actually goes back to the Vindicator pick. And it just clearly that Druids has an intention in mind here. Was the Vindicator just simple? I mean, I guess it is great against a Doctor, to be fair. It's good against Salamon to prevent him from ulting, I guess. So maybe it just made a lot of sense overall here. The more I'm looking at this Legion lineup, I mean, they all kind of, spammable abilities to an extent. And obviously he's good against that, so...
I would like to say, though, it prevents Pebbles from comboing.
Okay,
and that could be a big thing. And is Prisoner going to get this hook off? Nah. That was... He looked very far to get that one, but wasn't going to happen. Yeah, and now in the bottom lane, Midas picked up his bottle, I think. No, he didn't. What is he getting? Okay. He's getting his bottle. Thank you.
He's got it.
Thank
Prisoner,
you, Zibe.
No. The hook went missing there. Prisoner does that prison break ready to go, so if he does land a hook, some very nice follow-up there. He already has the Apprentice robe towards the Steam Boots as well, and you see got a bit of mana from that, so Cracky has the ability to use that hook especially pretty liberally here.
He, even though he didn't get the first blood, he still managed to get a kill, and Pebbles didn't. So he is, and he's been just last sitting generally better, I'd say. He's 33-3, whereas the Pebbles is 29-2. I mean, it's not significantly better, but that kill definitely helps out.
Yeah.
And now Steamboot's finished. He's going to be really tanky. Yeah, 1k HP at level 6, and that's just only going to go up.
Bottom lane, look at this. Invis Glacius sitting next to Midas. They're
this is perfect.
Over. This is, yeah. Doctor is level 6, but...
I think this should be a kill.
It has to be. Unless Doctor has godlike... Oh, he
oh,
knows something now! Yeah.
No, that's a misplay for sure.
That's definitely. Meanwhile, top lane, by the way, Vindicator being tied on right here. It's going to be enough for the kill from Zane. Using that ulti form. However, Warbeast wants a counter kill. I think a couple more auto attacks here. Yes, he will get it as the Hellhounds finish him off. So at least get some revenge right there immediately. But middle lane, they also got the Krake getting picked off. You were just talking about how
look how
tanky
close
he
to
is.
death. Yeah. Look at Ophelia's HP, though.
True. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Got her pretty low. Oh, very close call. Even heals up right there as soon as he gets level 6. So, but
He
yeah,
also
that
had the
bottom
perfect
lane, man.
creeps to gank 2 Skeleton Kings. That's just so easy to gank with. But we do have to remember that there's a War Beast on the Hellborn side, and that hero is very annoying. Pushing out waves whilst farming. He can easily get up to 500 GPM. I've seen Zane do it consistently. But it's not Zane. It's Iceland Go-Go.
No. Zane's playing the Salamon here. And actually, speaking of him, yeah, he's going for another kill. This one on a War Beast, but not going to be enough in the end. Doesn't want to chase too far. Insisting on falling back here.
I wonder what Vindy is going to go, though. It's going to be... yeah, I don't know. Is he going to go for the tablet to have an escape, or is he going to go for a straight Hellflower, or... Like, it wouldn't be crazy to see a Grimoire either, because Grimoire really does let him stack up the farm.
Ownme's doing some great jukes right here, but it's all going to be for naught in the end. He does go down. He got hooked in initially, and obviously found himself in a very tight spot there. Tried to get away, but wasn't going to happen. Missed the hook initially, but from Krake, but I'm sure it was a good one. Catching Ownme off guard right there. So well played. As they're trying to be sneaky right here, but you see the ward side that was just placed is Ophelia and Rhapsody both running out of their jungle. Realize
the
they
creeps.
to get the creeps. That's pretty big, yeah. He hooks them back in, and there we go. So Ophelia's now
The
set
Catman
back.
champion.
Oh.
Catman champion got both the kills.
Oh, did it? That's kind of funny, actually. Well, he at least got them killed. But now, actually, more engagement. Prisoner is found, and yeah, well, I don't know if the creep goes that much more, but he got the hook off. That was huge. With the transmute, Pebbles that's going to fall. The final chapter was used, by the way. So that kind of screwed things up for Recent Gaming, but now Midas, he's in trouble. Ulti form from Salamon comes in and cleans it up right there in the end. So it ended up being a pretty crazy clash there between the teams.
But man, like, this puts Imboboy so far back. The fact that they were able to burst him like that, I really didn't expect it. That was insane. They just disregarded the prisoner ultimate, and it was really just a mistake.
Yeah.
It was such a big mistake to disregard it. That was, wow. And I mean, Warbeast and Vindicator weren't even there, and now, okay, the tower isn't pushed in at all, but, you know, he can spawn his own creeps.
That he can, and he hasn't used Battlecry just yet. I'm a little curious about that. Figured just use it to push his tower. There we go. He's going to use it now. But, well, Zane's here. The Cosmic Cleave is attempting to try to push it back. There's a nice invulnerability. Can't get the last hit. It's tough, though. Yeah, it's a pretty scary situation there. Ulti form is ready to go in Warbeast, so... Salamon, on the other hand, does not have his wish for revenge. Plays it safe, falls back, and it does end up being a tower kill. Iceland Go-Go does continue to be the top farmer of the game now. Midas, by the way, finding a kill on Ophelia. Maybe not, actually. Look at that, the Vulture
But here comes Prisoner.
Doing some work. Prisoner
Man.
missed the hook, though, on a Pebbles, and now Midas in a lot of trouble. Elemental War came off cooldown at the last second. Not going to be enough, though. Glacius ran into a blind spot, and he is found by Pebbles. So just like that, 2 kills happening for a reason. As Prisoner with the haster, and he still wants to try to make something happen, but nope. I don't know if he's going to get anything out of it. Here, Courier, maybe? Oh, if he actually gets his Courier. Oh, come on, Reason.
It's like the banana situation.
Yeah, just completely forget about it. Well, that's awkward.
Why aren't you farming, Iceland? Oh, mid lane. That's why.
Well, here comes Iceland Go-Go. He's realizing that a fight's breaking out. Gonna go for Rhapsody. She's doing her best to juke and jive right here. A couple more auto attacks, though. Yeah, she will fall. Salamon coming in, but again, I don't think he has ulti yet. No, 26 more seconds. Meanwhile, another fight over here as they're chasing down Pebbles. Obviously, no portal key just yet, so he's in a lot of trouble. Vindicator gonna help chase him down. Takes a stun, though. Needs to be careful. I think it can turn killed, and that will not happen. They get the kill on a Pebbles.
And an Ophelia creep goes down.
Oh, yeah, and the freeze comes out, so Vulture Lord, see ya. Not much you can do about that. Double tap for Warbeast. He's now 3-0-3 now, man. 420 gold per minute here.
I was saying earlier that I've not really seen Iceland play it, but so far he's done quite a great job. Even though I would say that I'd expect him... I would prefer him farming a bit more because he is carrying as much as, if not even more, than the Vindicator right now. Or just it's like farm and push towers. You don't really have to be in team fights, especially when you have the Glacius, Midas, and Prisoner.
Yeah.
Although he did, of course, get the solo kill on the Rhapsody. It's just it comes back to that thing with what I was saying about Balthazar as well when we were casting that series where he was playing a Tarot. You need to make a decision on how active you want to be.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes it works out, but it is a risk.
Absolutely. But 3-0-3, safe to say it's working out pretty well so far here. And honestly, the fact, I know it's a suicide Salamon, but still, the fact that he is ahead of a Salamon this early on in the game, very good news for Druids. With that said, Salamon is 385 gold per minute now, so he's trying to climb up there as Zane. He's going to be pushing this top tower even. And unless Warbies can do something about it, which he very likely could, maybe deny, yes. Nice lane Gogo, great timing right there. Also got to criticize Zane a little bit. That's actually middle lane, maybe? Okay, yeah, there's a fight breaking out right here. Hook is going to miss, though. And now Prisoner, will they dive him is the question. Doesn't look
that was
like it. Almost denied, yeah. Very well played by Zibit. Well, good attempt more so. Unfortunately, just a little too late right there, but he's still kind of in the front lines. He's relying on his teammates big time here. He is going to fall, but at what cost? Hook to the side. Prison Break comes out. Salamon jumps in with this ulti farm, but they got pulled in, though, for Prisoner. Down goes Pebble. The Glacial down for doing some damage. Protectability, though, in the background, saving some damage, but Warbies is still hitting like a boss-like here. However, he is getting low now, and he is dead. Salamon, with that wish for revenge, doing plenty. The final chapter from Vindicator, not enough, as well as a totem. And he will fall back, but what a clash right there once again. We are getting plenty of action here in game number 3.
Yeah, for sure. And this comes, I really think this comes back to the Vindicator pick. It just doesn't do enough in team fights. And for a lane, he should have been beating Solomon. He didn't really. It was a 1v1, of course, but I do think Vindicator should take it with, you know, more, just higher GPM.
Yeah.
Rather. Man, it's so unfortunate though. They got caught out because Midas wanted to go back in, but then the regen rune on Dr. Repulsor really saved them there.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He was flying around, and of course that's pretty crucial. Having to miss that. Look at the Immo Boy, 400 gold per minute now. It's the fact that he's recovered that much. Done very well after dying a couple times early on. I know you're talking about that, even how he was falling behind, so...
Yeah, now he's back in it.
What is... Oh, okay, he buys a helmet of the Black Legion. Okay, I know. Yeah, this is what Casey would like to do for sync on the Suicide Salamon.
And I really think it's effective, because if you can't bring down the ultimate form, then he's going to do so much damage, regardless of items. Regardless of damage items, I'd rather say. So you can very well build him tanky and then still do really quite a lot in team fights. That's interesting. Druids is still projected to win bottom lane.
They're trying to jump. Ophelia in trouble. Her minion's now in a lot of trouble. Catman goes down. Skeleton King. Oh, nice. Pour back there from Ophelia. Actually saves the other Skeleton King. You know, the Ophelia players are so impressive. They make it seem so easy as far as the things that they do, but God, is it not easy.
It is so difficult.
It is really difficult.
Oh, man.
But Tankafet, definitely one of the better ones out there once again, so.
Pebble still does not have his PK, and he's still quite a bit away from it, actually. Which could end up biting them in the ass, but then on the other side of the spectrum, you still have Prisoner without a PK. Although he is
a little closer.
Closing on it, yeah. And then Warbeast, I think he's going to go straight Shrunken. I mean, there's really no reason not to, looking at this Legion team.
Yeah, it's just a plentiful Shrunken at a game that's going to do wonders for him, so makes sense there. And he's going to have it shortly. There's the Null Stone.
That I mentioned, yeah.
Yep.
Or did he get it?
Wait, no, there's no way he has a full Null Stone. What is...
No. He must have just bought the Sustainer or something, and then...
Pattern? No, I think he just bought the Pattern for some reason.
Okay, he's going to go for an
Icon.
Icon.
And he sold it. Okay. He's at least going to go Icon first. That makes more sense.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn.
And Vindicator did go for the tablet, so he does have that escape skill now. But He isn't really going to start hitting hard until he gets more of that Hellflower or even a Grimoire.
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure which one he should go. Hellflower is of course really useful versus Doctor, so I'm assuming that's going to be his choice. He's just moving the around.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's such a weird thing to see moving. Tower exchange going on, but of course in favor of Reason. I mean, they got a secondary. In fact, they're going to the base now. So Druids has to make a decision here. Looks like it's, well, they want to defend and not too surprised by that. Prisoner, he gets a big hook to start it off, though. Prisoner break in the final chapter. His Doctor goes down right off the bat. Salamon in the Pat's body does have his ultimate. He's going to activate it. Yes, he will. He's jumping in now. Prisoner going to go down. Warby's ulting for him. He's in trouble. Will be fine, though. In fact, now he's going to help chase them out. Salamon is out of the wish for revenge, and he's in trouble now. He goes down. Pebbles lands a chuck right there. I don't know about that, though. Going back down, protect him. Melody, though, will save the day. And Onmi's going to be fine for the time being. Rhapsody, on the other hand, oh my god, they turn on a Vindicator. That was a huge turn right there at the last second. And Warby's in trouble. Nice heal from Midas, though. But it's not over just yet. He wants this kill, and he'll get the kill. Will Onmi the tower, though? Barely survived.
Come on, the Hellhounds.
Oh, he's not using them?
Use the hell. He didn't use them. They just got attacked down. And how did Reason win that fight?
I do not know.
That hook was just so perfect to start it off, and then things just got clustered. I don't know.
They even lost. They lost Doctor off the bat. Salamon didn't even have the best time himself either. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't know. I don't know how they won that fight, but some way, somehow, I think Onmi at the end there, obviously coming back in to clean up is what did a lot of it for them. So.
Yeah, Onmi did a great job of using his skills and getting out, then waiting for the next combo to be up again.
Yeah.
He also prevented Warbeast from doing a lot of auto attacks at the start with the combo, tossing him at Prisoner, and then stunning both of them with the Stalagmites. So, yeah, really well played by Onmi. And I really think Druid should have won that fight. I don't know, it felt so awkward with that they chased them outside the base. They had gotten the Doctor, they had gotten the Solomon. Was it really necessary to keep chasing?
Yeah, well, I think in hindsight, definitely. It wasn't the right decision.
Of course, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah. I will say, especially looking at the replay there once again, too, it's that, God, if Ice and Gogo had a shrunken head, how different that fight would have been. I mean, he kept getting locked down several times, and obviously the majority of the damage was coming out from a lot of just magic happening. So, but if he has a shrunken, which he does have now, then that fight's completely different. So that's the one saving grace, I think, for Druids, knowing that yeah, if he has a shrunken going into these fights, then that will be a much different story, ideally. But at the same time, they did have a godlike initiation. You know, how many more times can they rely on that? Well, we'll see. It's Prisoner is obviously a big part of that, and Krake, usually pretty reliable, so find those opportunities. Feel the 44 OGs.
Yeah. I mean, Ophelios has been doing a great job with getting the kills and not dying, but other than that, a lot of her creeps have been dying, being picked off.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she also has the Abyssal now, and then, oh man, look at all these Void Talismans being picked up.
On the Legion side, yeah, Rhapsody and Pebbles, interesting.
He just wants to jump in, do some auto text, and get out with the Void Talisman. Like, Prisoner as well as Warbeast are just so physical based, and then on top of that, there's also the Vindicator. Like, that's pretty much almost all physical.
Yeah. Prisoner is looking for the angle. He's got the portal key. Not happening just yet, though. Look at Tank of a triple Skeleton King army.
Yeah.
Looking for him.
In this game, I think it is really effective to have those, though, because having a Minotaur right now run in is not very viable, because it just gets AoE down.
Yeah. That means they don't have the aura, though. The attack speed aura, but... Here we go,
That's
Pebbles.
true.
No, that's going to miss, though, because Prisoner jumped in first. He wants to lock down Doctor. Final chapter used as well. Will it be another quick kill? No. Predictability in the background. Ophelios touch already used on top of that. Shrunken and Warbeast, though. He's sitting on Doctor. Finally, Doctor gets away, and now Warbeast be locked on the triple Skeleton King. Even with the Shrunken head going right through it, of course. Ulti form from Salamon, though. Jumps in. Down goes Warbeast. Vindicator in trouble. He's going to end up falling. What a fight right here for Reason Gaming, and it's paying off big time. Prisoner goes down, and Midas is also getting caught out. Oh, now he's stuck on the cliff. He ends up going down, and he falls right there. A 4-for-0 exchange in favor of Reason, and now they're breaking into the base right here. Buyback? Well, Midas does, but not much he's going to do by himself.
Man, these team fights are just winning Reason again. It's just, wow. I have almost no words. Like, on paper, I think the Hellborn should do so much better, but the Legion is just performing so well, especially on me. There, again, with the initiation toss back, that's insane. Now, Tankafed going in on Glacius alone? Maybe.
Too far.
But yeah, too far. But now they're not going to go for another one because Prisoner is, of course, up. But do you think that this would be that point for Druids to just CC go next, keep the morale up, you know, 12k behind? 12k behind?
I don't. I still think there's definitely game left in them. And from their perspective, I understand from our perspective especially, I mean, even especially, well, geez, look at the charts. The top 4 farmers are actually on the side of Reason right now. So, but I don't think they necessarily feel like they may be that far behind at this point just yet, and I can understand why. And especially when you have a really farmed war beast, or a decently farmed war beast. Yeah. I don't know. It's yeah. I'm not expecting them, I guess was your question. So no, I'm not expecting them, and we see here that they are going to continue, and I'm not too surprised just yet. But yeah, maybe another one of those fights, and yeah, that would probably do it in. But being 1 racks down, you have a war beast, a Vindicator. Obviously, you have a pretty good composition for dealing with this Legion side. Was the whole idea of the draft, especially with that Vindicator. So but yeah, look at that gold efficiency there. Reason Gaming looking pretty good. Yeah, Salomon will do that. By the way, did he go? He went the Rustlestone, right? Or did he go Hellflower?
He is going for it.
Okay, he did go Rustle, yeah. And a Soul's Bulwark on top of that. Did he really have that much farm, or was that somebody else's? Okay, that's
Ophelia. Who has been doing amazing this game.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen much of the Gallic, but in team fights, locking down that War Beast was really the difference maker. Even through the Shrunken, it was like, oh yeah, when he gets the Shrunken, he can move. But no. And now mid lane.
Yeah, this is, here we go. This could determine a lot right here. War Beast with the Shrunken head. The initiation wasn't the prettiest, though. Prisoner's in trouble. Prisoner is going to barely live, it looks like. Pretend Melody comes out. Final chapter has already been used, though. You see the Totem moving around right here. Going to stop some of the follow-up abilities. But Midas now being locked down, and he will fall. War Beast already dead, and now Vindicator going to be chased down. So, yeah, now to answer your question, yeah, I think it is clear that it is over. In fact, GG, well played. Game 3 will go to Reason, and that means the series continues. So only good things there, as they're going to fight on here in this spot. So well played by Reason.
Yeah, that game was really just super well played by them in team fights, especially owned me. So I'm gonna have to call out like a clear MVP, and that would definitely be owned me.
Yeah,
he single-handedly carried a couple team fights, and then even though he was behind in the first place versus the Prisoner, so really well played by him.
Yeah, I got the replay up right here of the, well, not that last fight, but the one just before, that really significant one. Again, yeah, the triple Skeleton King Tankafet. What a hell of a job right there. Warbeast literally did not move with a Shrunken Head for a good 5-6 seconds, and he was dead by the time he was able to. So, doing that, obviously, in the midst of the fight, did wonders, and then they finished off Midas there at the end, so... Yeah, that fight right there is obviously what really secured it for Reason Gaming. And did Tankafet end up, yeah, he went 7-0-13, man. You know this guy's good on Ophelia, and he just backed that up once again right there.
You don't really see that every day on Ophelia, to be honest. Even on winning games, it's like, oh yeah, they have, 350 GPM? And this game, it was just a full-blown 450 or so.
Yeah. Doing fantastic, helping his team get to a victory here and staying alive at least. Again, on the line, not only a trip to the grand finals tomorrow, but some nice cold hard cash here. $2,000 on the line, actually, for this series alone, going to just the winner, and that's it. So, Reason Gaming going to try to grind it out. They have before in the group stages. They've been down 0-3 or 0-2 and have won 3 games to 2. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this one continues.